Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of my live tea tasting. I've got a great blend for you guys today, and for those of you who celebrate, I want to say a quick Happy Diwali to everybody out there. I've got an interesting blend here. I've never really had a blend like this before. I'm gonna give it a shot because that's what this is all about. It's all about experimentation, seeing what you like, what you dislike, and well, I've already got a few things to say just based on the scent alone. So we're gonna get things started. Today we're gonna do something with holy basil and ginger, and this is going to be an interesting combination because I've had basil in my tea before and I've had ginger in my tea before, but I've never had them solely together all at once. So we'll see. Well, right off the bat, this is a very interesting looking blend because, as you can see, it's very grainy. It's very powdery. It's all like, I don't know if you guys can see it, but yeah, it's really, really difficult to show on camera, but it's very grainy, it's very sandy. I don't know, I'm trying like my best. You guys, I can't see anything on the camera very well, but it's there. And it's super, super tiny. I don't know what to expect from it, but it smells very spicy. Welcome, Snea, welcome. And Gamer, welcome. I see you on Twitch as well. So, showing you guys what it looks like after it's steeped. There's really not much of a difference. You know, it still looks very powdery. It looks grainy, and it smells. Spider, welcome. So, hey Ma, welcome, welcome. The gang's all here. Glad to know. So the smell of it is very interesting because it's super spicy, and it's hard to differentiate the basil from the ginger. Like it's a very muted kind of spice, and normally when you smell ginger, it's very spicy. It hits you. This one is kind of muted. It's a little bit sandy. It's a little bit. Well, it's not as light of a scent as sand is. You know, like when you go to the beach, you have that association with the salty air. This one has a bit of a mute to it. It's like, hey Izzy, welcome. Thanks for showing up. So it's got like a very muted kind of scent to it. And it's because basil is its own kind of seasoning slash spice slash what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of it always reminds me of tomato sauce and pizza sauce. You know, you have this kind of spice to it, but it's not like a hot spice. You know, it's just a very familiar taste. So it's the same thing with the blend, with the tea itself. Like, I'm getting a lot of the muted ginger. I'm not really, the muted basil. I'm not getting a whole lot of ginger, which is kind of surprising. I guess that the ratio, it's going to be a lot. There's like a lot of brown, a lot of grain. When you take a look at that, all the yellow flecks, all of that is the ginger, but there's so much more basil in it. You know, let me see what's actually in here, because it feels like there's more to it. Cold brew style, yeah, all it is, it's black tea, tulsi leaves, and ginger. Tulsi is the basil. So there is black tea. It's just powder, it's just cut very small. Okay, good to know. So it's a black tea, so I did this right. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and take my first sip, and we'll see how this goes. That's got a little bit more flavor than I thought. I'm getting more of the ginger in the taste than in the smell, and surprisingly, there's kind of an additional there's an additional something to the actual flavor. Ralph, welcome. I see you popped in there. T-Bags! There's a kind of like notes of chocolate in here. And it's really kind of smooth too. Like, it's got kind of chocolatey qualities. I was not expecting that from this kind of a tea. Like, normally, yeah, it has been a while. It shouldn't be this long. But yeah, it shouldn't. It has this kind of like chocolatey, earthy sense to it. Like, it's got a grounded dirt kind of flavor. But I mean, I don't mean it in like a dirty way. I mean it in like an earth way. Kind of like wet dirt on the ground. I mean, not to make it sound any less appetizing, but I'm getting I'm getting more of the basil now. And there's a bit of a texture to it. Very, very slight, but it's there. It's a little bit grainy. Tulsi is a very earthy plant. Earthy plant. Yeah, it absolutely is. And I mean, that's probably why, who doesn't like wet dirt? I don't know. If you don't like wet dirt, then I don't know what's wrong with you, but. But it's like a clean wet dirt, if that makes sense. I know that the idea of a dirt flavor sounds nasty, but it's really not. Like, I'm getting this kind of, it's more of like an environmental thing. I mean, I know that nobody goes around, well, nobody that I know anyway, goes around eating mud. But it does have that kind of quality to it. Like, it's very minerally in that sense. There's probably no minerals actually in here. Clean, wet dirt. Exactly. Soil. I would classify it more as soil. And welcome newcomers to my Twitch stream. I see I got 5 people, so we have a couple of lurkers. Welcome, welcome. Don't forget to use exclamation point swag me to have yet another entry to my there we go. There you go. Swag me, and we'll enter you again into the drawing for our road to affiliate. So that these streams also count. So if you're interested in winning some official community swag, go ahead and tune into twitch.tv /community. I believe there is no dash, it's just the word. But yeah, just put a little plug in there for you. Nice view, by the way. Admired it for a while. Thank you. This is like most beautiful place I've ever, like, this is the most beautiful view I've ever had living in a place. You know, I mean, normally I have to go to some other building to do it, but hey, hit the jackpot. Now, what's really surprising is, like, I don't get a whole lot of actual tea flavor. Normally, when I drink a black tea blend, the black tea is so strong it overpowers all of the seasoning in there. But in this case, it's very much like, it's very muted. The black tea, I can taste it, but I don't get a huge impact. I think that the blend between the Tulsi, the basil, and the black tea is what's giving it that soil-like taste. And it's very nice. It's very smooth. I'll give it that much. Oh, excuse me. I'm taking very, very light sips, only because, like, for some reason I think there's something wrong with my brewer. It was bubbling for quite some time, so I don't know. I'll have to look into it. Maybe the switch is going bad, but I stopped it. It's still at a good temperature, but it's a little bit hotter than it should be. Thankfully, it didn't oversteep because there's no astringency to it at all, which is also very surprising. Normally, black teas, when they're blended with something, especially something as spicy. Oh, I know, because you're a Mets fan. It's the Mets. But like normally, the black tea overpowers and becomes astringent, especially when there's spices in it, like ginger, that kind of pushes the astringency level up in the taste. But in this case, it's working out pretty well. I can really say that it's pretty smooth. There's no bite to it, and I'm grateful for that. And as it cools down, it's maintaining that level of flavor. There's no weakness to it. Usually, from my experience, certain black teas, as they cool, the astringency level skyrockets. Like, it just tastes really bitter. And I try to drink as much hot black tea as I possibly can before it reaches that level. Once it cools down, that's it. It's very much like, But in this case, like, it's really doing a good job of maintaining that flavor. There's a slight astringency that's starting to come, only because it's starting to cool down a little bit, and it's no longer too hot to cover the flavor. But it's not like a really bad astringency, so it's maintaining pretty well. Now I had what was that? Gianna says hi from my lap. She's watching. Hi, Gianna. Welcome to the stream. Say swag me and you might get you might get a hat. No, well actually that's possible. Depends on depends on if you go to Twitch. Yes, this tea does have caffeine. It is a black tea base, so it is going to have quite a bit of caffeine. Not like as much as a cup of coffee, but it's high in the realm of what caffeine is for tea. Yes, it's almost it, but it has to be in Twitch because I'm trying to get affiliated there. So, gotta do. Yes, that's it. The exclamation point swag me. Or hashtag swag me. At this point, I don't care anymore. I have such a hard time saying affiliation point. You see, I'm having issues. It's exclamation point swag me, and I still I mess it up. So hashtag swag me works too. I don't care. I have been doing a couple tea parties on Twitch lately. And it's been going pretty well. I'm already gaining a few followers. I still need quite a few more, but it is what it is. I just need a boost. See, now this is very interesting because as it cools down, I'm starting to get more of the black tea flavoring, and it's very muted. I mean, I don't want to say muted because it's starting to become prevalent a little bit. And it sits on your tongue for a while, too, which is what I really appreciate about some teas. This one seems to be a slow burn kind of thing. It's really like laying on the tongue, and it's doing a nice kind of layer of flavor. There's still that same little bit of grainy taste to it, but I'm starting to get that quality of like the pizza sauce flavoring from it. Now the basil is starting to come out a little bit more. Oh, okay. Oof. I just had like a bit of a big dinner. Well, big snack-ish kind of thing. Ma, welcome. Welcome back, I should say. I had a bit of a big dinner, so it's starting to like. I mean, I'm really starting to regret eating right before my streams. I've been doing that lately. It's a bad habit to get into, because then I sit here and I start to like get what's the word? A little bit like a little bit lethargic. You know how when you're nice and stuffed. Oh, excuse me. When you're nice and stuffed, you get that kind of like settling feeling. You start to drift. That's been happening a little bit lately, and I don't appreciate it when I'm trying to be on camera. You know. Oh, okay. There we go. Oof. All right. Now that astringency is starting to become a little bit stronger. It's not overpowering yet, but it is there, and it's more towards the front of my mouth. It's like on the tip of my tongue, going around, and then like on the inside of my lips. So every time I like lick my lips a little bit, I get a bit of an astringency taste, which is strange because normally astringency hits me in the back of the throat. So I'm thinking that this taste is more from the herb than the tea. That's my best guess. Oh well, I almost forgot to do the Thomas taste. All right, so here comes the Thomas taste. That's actually pretty nice. As I do it, I'm not getting as much astringency as I thought I would. It's like it's maintained that same level. It's not too bitter. See, because right now throughout this entire experience, I'm getting a lot more of the herb than anything else. You know? And I'm thoroughly appreciating that. Like, the black tea is still a good base, and it's not overpowering at all. And it's like kind of, I don't know, it's really hard to describe because this isn't what I expected from this tea. I expected it to be a lot more spicy, you know? Not to say that it has to be hot spicy, but it's like flavor kind of spicy. So fun fact, holy basil or tulsi, that's what I called it earlier as it slipped, is an aromatic plant that is native to the Indian subcontinent. It is a widely cultivated plant throughout the Southeast Asian tropics. I didn't know that, well, I mean, it might not necessarily be a tropical plant, but if it grows well in the area, then I would imagine, technically it could be classified as a tropical plant, maybe. Oh, it is a tropical plant. Good to know. I never thought about it because it's known very much for like its use in Italian seasonings. Italian herbs, and like when I think tropical plants, I think either like palm trees with the big leaves, or you get like something with big fruits and colors, and you know you get all of that, but you don't think basil. I think that's kind of interesting. I don't know. I know, Ralph, it's from under. That was, wow, we haven't used that line in so long. It's from the tropics? How did I not know? Because I'd never been to the tropics. Well, unless you count like Florida. Definitely Puerto Rico. Okay, so it's been years since I've been to the tropics, and I never saw basil there. So, growing wild basil. Okay, so questions, comments, anything you want to talk about? Now's the time. I do have a wonder, I should say. And my producer, the lovely Miss Snea Goel, Mrs. Snea Goel, what makes basil holy? That one I tried to remember, and it never stuck. So yeah. Anyway, questions and comments. I have some tropical plants here, not tea. Wink, wink. I don't think that counts as tropical because it goes everywhere. But yeah, what was I? Oh yeah, I do have a. I can't talk. I'll answer Teresa's question first. What would I pair this with? It's a very earthy flavor. It's a very dark and spicy flavor. So I would definitely pair it with something. It's medicinal, of course it is. So I would give it something equally strong in flavor. You know, probably like a steak or a roasted chicken, something nice and smoky to go along with it. Or maybe something with a little bit of a citrusy taste, because basil usually goes very well with tomatoes. Of course, you get tomato basil. Oh, excuse me. So I would pair it with like a pasta dish or something like that. I think it has a lot of potential for that. But it would have to be like a really strong kind of sauce on the pasta, because ooh, there it goes. It would be fighting for attention, basically. Oh, I'm trying so hard not to hiccup right now. And failing miserably. Okay, questions, comments. I do have some announcements. I did call the winner of today's tote bag, community tote bag. It was Brenda Baker. Brenda, congratulations if you're watching. I did send you a message, so please get back to me as soon as you can, and I'll send you your your gift. Okay? Awesome. What else? My mind, I still think towards the tea festival. The tea festival was last weekend, and it was phenomenal. We had a really great turnout. I think it was 27 new members from the community. That's for like the entire week. And of those 26 or 27, we had like 16 or 17 new members just that weekend. And it was great. So we had a really good time. We did tea tastings every hour on the hour. And I'm looking forward to next year. Hopefully it'll be back in person, and we'll be able to make some one-on-one FaceTime with people. So that is going to be an incredible experience. I'm really looking forward to it tomorrow. Tomorrow, you hear me? I wish it was tomorrow. No, next year. So yeah, it's gonna be an incredible experience, and I'm really looking forward to the next time. What else? Announcements on the road to affiliate. So I started doing more Twitch tea party streams, where it was just very much sit down, I drink a bunch of tea and have some conversation with everybody who comes in and wants to sit and chat. And the first one I did was so phenomenal. We had a good, like, maybe, I want to say 7-10 people show up, which is really good for one of my streams. Normally my streams go for like maybe 2 or 3 people, and that's it. But this one, it averaged about 3.8, I want to say, for that entire stream as I spoke. So that means that, people were in and out throughout, but we had at least 3 people the entire time. So that's the kind of interaction that I need in order to become affiliate. That and 50 followers. I think I just got half as much. So continue coming in, continue following, and we're going to do that raffle. I do have 4 prizes I'll be giving away to people who join and help me become affiliate. You will be rewarded, I promise you. If you're lucky. I can't really promise that you'll win a raffle, but you'll be entered into it. Nicole, welcome. And let me tell you, those prizes are pretty sweet. You know, that one grand prize, the gym bag, I want one for myself, and I haven't been to the gym in ages, as you can tell. But I mean, the prizes themselves are worth the risk, and all you really have to do is join and talk to me for a bit. What will that ultimately do for me? The affiliate? Well, it'll make me an official figure on Twitch, and my community tea stream will be marketed towards people who follow the types of streams that I do, like the food, the drink, conversation. For people who are into that kind of thing, it will market my channel to those people because it's official. And because that market is so slow, there's very, very few people who are affiliated in that particular area. The platform is mostly for gamers, for artists, for musicians, stuff like that. So if I can get my niche in there under food and drink, that'll put me in a really nice position to gather new viewers. So help me get affiliated, and you'll be entered in, and hopefully you'll win a nice prize. And the lovely thing about this particular drawing is that I have 4 main prizes, so that you guys can have more chances to win something. But on top of that, you can swag me on every time that I stream, and you get another entry to go in. So that being said, the more people that show up, the more people that talk to me, the more people that use the hashtag SwagMe, you get 1 entry per stream, and you'll be able to add them up so that by the time the end of the month comes, you'll probably have either, like, let's say 10 entries, or you have 1. What was this? Gianna says, hello, Mike, give her another shout out. Yes, Gianna, you got a second shout out, because it's been at least about 5 minutes since the last one, and I appreciate you. Andre, welcome. SwagMe works on Twitch, so you have to go into my Twitch stream. And, you know, I still have a couple minutes. Well, no, I have 1 minute left. So hurry up and get on my Twitch and use hashtag SwagMe, and we'll get you situated. But you gotta hurry up, because I'm about to. You're driving and you're texting. That ain't good. But don't worry. Keep that link, because this coming Sunday is probably going to be my next Twitch tea party. So yeah, we'll do it there. Hopefully you won't be driving the entire time. Oof, okay. All right, guys. It has been. My time is almost up, and I am extremely stuffed right now. So I don't think I'll be able to finish my tea. I'm like, right now I'm feeling nice and relaxed, which is pretty common whenever I drink tea that has that effect on me. I am slightly caffeinated, only because, like, I've been drinking tea literally the entire week. I did 12 tea tastings during the 2 days at the tea festival. So that was 6 per day. And then I kept drinking tea for work. I'm drinking tea now, and I am like, I'm feeling it. So I'm gonna probably have to give it a break tomorrow, but not to worry. I'll have a nice blend on Saturday to share with you guys, along with some conversation. So we'll catch up on Sunday, guys. I guess it's time to sign off then. So thank you guys for joining me once again. This has been a really good blend. I thoroughly recommend it. If you like the earthiness of teas, this is really good. This is from Free Your Tea, which is a tea subscription service. So I will try to post the link to that. I don't know if I'll be able to get this particular blend, but once again, this was Holy Basil Ginger, and I will see you guys next time. Have a good night.